Hi friends, I am Sarah Aroeste and I'm so excited to share my family recipe of the Masadecus with you. Masadecus are also known to some people as empanadas, but from Monastir, where my family is from, in what is now Bitola, North Macedonia, this Masadecus recipe with potato and farmer's cheese has been passed on for generations, and I'm so excited to share it with you. So let's go ahead and make them.
Start off with 5 to 6 potatoes. I've got Yukon here. First, you're going to peel and quarter them and then boil them in salt water until they're fork tender. While the potatoes are cooking, take a medium-sized mixing bowl. First, we're going to add half a cup of water, half a cup of a neutral oil. Here I'm using grapeseed oil, a pinch of salt. Mix it. Then we're going to add 2 cups of flour. I like to go slowly as I'm doing it. And you're going to mix it first with a whisk. And then I'm going to put my hands in and I'm going to mix it until I have one large ball of dough. Now I have a nice big ball of dough. I'm going to take a small little chunk and just roll it in my hands until it's a ball, a small ball. And I'm just going to place them all along the side of the bowl. You're going to end up with about 24 little balls. When you've made your small dough balls, I like to cover it with a plate while the potatoes finish cooking, just so that they don't dry out. Back to the potatoes. They've been boiled, so then you're going to drain them and we're going to mash them. You can use a processor if you want, but I don't mind doing it by hand. My potatoes are mashed. It's okay to have some chunks in there. And now I'm going to add some farmer's cheese. Now my Great Helen's recipe just said a package of farmer's cheese, and I'm not quite sure how much that is, but I use anywhere between about a half a cup to a cup, and this is just cottage cheese, and it really is up to you how much you want to use. I'm using half a cup here. And then you also want to use some salt, a pinch of salt, and I'm going to add some pepper in just a minute after I mix it up. And the salt and the pepper are really just to taste. Okay, my mixture should look like this. And then in a separate little bowl, I've cracked 2 eggs. I'm not going to use all of it in here. I'm going to save some for brushing on top of the Masadecus at the end. So I'm just going to do a little bit. You don't want the mixture to be too loose, so I'm using not even quite a half of that, just a little bit, just to help keep it all together. We're going to mix it one more time. And this is our final mixture. Okay, now let's get ready to roll out our dough balls. All right, now the fun can begin. Get a clean, flat surface and dust it with flour. I actually use quite a bit of flour to help me roll these out. So take your first small ball, and you can even put a couple down at once. We're gonna take a rolling pin. You can use your hands, but I do definitely think it's easier to use a rolling pin. They do get sticky. I'm gonna do 2 at a time. And they don't have to be circular. This is a good shape. They're kind of more oval than anything else. Okay, that's what they should look like. Then I'm gonna take just a little bit. You don't wanna overstuff them, and you put it not quite in the center, but a little bit closer to one edge than the other. And that's about a good amount. Okay, then I'm going to take one of the sides and fold it over. Just like that. You can pinch to make sure it's nice and closed. And then I think it's nice to score them. Just like that. Masadecus. They look amazing. The last step is that we are going to just lightly brush them with an egg wash. And while I'm doing this, I'm going to be preheating my oven to 375.
Okay, the Masadecus are ready. Let's check them out. I put them in the oven for just over 30 minutes. Really, it's up to your liking. You want them to have a nice golden brown. If you want them crispier, I'd leave them in just a little bit longer. Here we go. Ooh. Gorgeous. That is how you make the famous Monastir Masadecus. Thanks for tuning in. Enjoy. Benditas manos.